Did you know that TSA can confiscate your luggage even if you packed everything by the book? Yup, TSA rules are not to be played with. And if you don't want your trip ruined at check-in, keep watching because you might be packing banned items without even realizing it. What's up, beautiful people? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Grace, and in case you are new here, my channel focuses on all things travel and fashion. So this year, I'm finally planning a trip to the US to visit one of my close friends, and I was just about to book everything when I found out that TSA has switched up some things for 2025. If you live in Europe or Switzerland just like me, and you're flying to the US, listen up. There are carry-on and checked baggage rules that could totally mess up your trip if you don't know about them. From banned items and new restrictions on checked bags, you don't want to be that person at the airport repacking your bags at security, or worse, having things confiscated. So before you start packing, let's go over everything you need to avoid putting in your checked bags or carry-on under these TSA rules. And some of them might shock you. All right, grab your bags and let's get into it. But before we dive in, a quick refresher of the 311 rule, because even I got this wrong. So the first three in the 311 rule stands for liquids, gels, aerosols that must be in containers of 3.4 ounces, which is 100 milliliters or less. 1 stands for all your containers must fit into one quart-sized clear resealable bag. And the last one, which I got totally wrong, is you're allowed 1 bag per passenger. Now, confession time. I was totally guilty of thinking as long as each liquid was 100 milliliter, 3.4 ounces, I could bring as many as I wanted. Yup, I once packed 3 whole bags full of tiny liquids, feeling like the most organized traveler. A said, girl, absolutely not. There I was, standing at the security, having a full-on meltdown, whether to save my expensive face serum, my favorite perfume, or my lotion. It was a tragic scene. People were watching. I was stressed out, and you guys, this was a lesson learned. So yes, the last one of the 311 rule is very important. And fill that bag wisely, okay? So let's get into the list. Number 1 is lithium batteries and power banks. If you're bringing along batteries, drones, laptops, or power banks, this one is very important. TSA allows these items only in your carry-on bags, and that is based on watt hour. 0 to 100 watt hour is allowed without restrictions. 101 to 160 watt hours requires airline approval. And over 160 watt hour is completely forbidden on passenger aircraft. If you have one of those smart suitcases with built-in batteries, they must be removable or TSA won't allow it on an airplane. So keep all power banks and batteries in your carry-on and check your device's specs before flying. Number 2, hand sanitizer and liquid restrictions. Now, during the pandemic, TSA allowed up to 12 ounces of hand sanitizers. That's roughly around 350 milliliter of hand sanitizer. Now, I have no idea why people would bring that much hand sanitizer along, but then we did a lot of crazy things during the pandemic, but that is officially over. Hand sanitizer is back under the official 311 rule, so don't make the mistake of bringing along hand sanitizers up to 12 ounces again. Other than that, TSA has a complete ban on certain liquids. Toxic chemicals like bleach or industrial cleaners, self-defense sprays like pepper sprays or mace. Those specifically are banned in carry-on bags, but heavily restricted in checked-in bags. Flammable liquids like lighter or fuels. And lastly, high-proof alcohol, which is roughly around 70% of alcohol, and I really don't know why you would bring along 70% of alcohol, but that is completely completely banned even in checked-in bags. So double check all your liquids before heading to the airport. Next up on the list is perfumes, aerosols, and toiletries. We all love to smell fabulous on vacation, but there are limits you can't ignore. In checked bags, the Federal Aviation Administration limits the total amount of restricted medicinal and toiletry items to a total limit of 2 liters or 68 fluid ounces per person. Individual containers can't exceed 500 milliliters, which is 17 fluid ounces. And it's important to know that spray nozzles must have protective caps to prevent accidental discharge. Number 4, jewelry, cash, and expensive items. This is a quick one, and I strongly emphasize on getting travel insurance because this can help. We know that bags can get lost, things can get stolen, and airlines won't always reimburse for lost valuables. And TSA isn't responsible either. So keep all your valuables like jewelry, cash, and designer items in your carry-on bag. Number 5 on the list is medication and prescriptions. If you rely on daily medication, please do me a favor and don't check them in. I mean, this is common sense, but there are still people who like to check in everything. But the reality of traveling is that delays happen. And do you really want to miss critical meds if your bags are lost? No, right? So don't do that mistake. And also, your checked-in bag is going to be in other temperature measures, meaning cargo holds can get super cold, which can also affect some of your medications. But the most important thing in this section here is international travel. Even if TSA allows your medication to go through, even if it's prescribed medication, some international countries might not. So do me a favor, research the medication law in your destination, and if your medication is restricted there, consult your doctor. Next on the list is e-cigarettes and vapes. Now, e-cigarettes must be in your carry-on bags due to battery safety regulations. If they are in your checked bags, TSA might remove them. So carry them in your personal item and ensure they are turned off, and check the airline specific rules. Number 7 is something that a lot of people do, and that is bringing along foods. Now, TSA and US Customs are strict about food, especially when flying internationally. Banned are fresh meat, dairy, and even certain fruits. Liquid foods, anything over 3.4 ounces or 100 milliliters, like peanut butter or hummus, will be tossed. Now, this might not apply to me as a European traveler because I don't even know if I'm allowed to have firearms here, but TSA work with AI-based scanners now, and they are more advanced than ever to detect any firearms that you are bringing along. And please don't do the mistake of bringing them along in your carry-on bag because you're gonna cause some serious delays. So firearms must be unloaded and stored in a locked, hard-sided container in your checked bag. And you must declare your firearms to the airlines at check-in. The case must be secured and not easily opened, so basic locks won't cut it. Lastly, just avoid packing anything that resembles to a weapon. Now, last but not least, if you got any questions, just ask TSA. Yes, you heard it right. You can ask TSA directly. They do have a Facebook page. So if you're not sure if something is allowed, this is a travel hack that most people don't know about. You can literally send a photo of an item to TSA via Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, and a real TSA agent will respond with an answer. So no more guessing, just ask TSA and travel stress-free. So to avoid TSA drama, here's what you should always keep with you: passport and travel documents, medication and prescriptions, a change of clothes just in case your bags get lost, electronics and chargers, expensive items like jewelry, cash, or designer items, car and house keys, and just anything you will hate to lose. So those were my TSA rules you need to know for 2025 for carry-on and checked bags. And so if you're traveling from Europe to the US, rules could totally catch you off guard. So my question now to you guys, have you ever had something confiscated by TSA? Tell me all about it in the comments because I want to hear your stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you will never miss out on my travel tips. And if you haven't already, go check out my video on free perks you can get on an airplane. Some of them I bet you did not hear about. So until next time, take care. Bye.